So out of this whole Heart of Deimos update, there is one Warframe, right, one Warframe that stands head and shoulders above the rest, dancing a little jig on enemy corpses while being invisible. Necromechs? No worries. What are they? Piles of scrap. She allows us to very easily farm those isolation vaults while solo or in a group, all tiers of them, not to mention killing serious amounts of infested enemies at the same time. Octavia, of course, is that Warframe. She just pops down Mallet, goes invisible forever, and watches enemies hitting themselves in the face until they're dead. That's it, right? Exciting stuff. But how can we jack her up? How can we make her more powerful than she already is, or more useful than she already is, with the help of the Helmet Chrysalis system? Basically, what ability do you give Octavia instead of that rolling ball, right? Now, there are a few different abilities that I know will work really well on her. Empower, to increase her ability strength on the next cast, would be really good for Mallet or even for Amp. Dispensary would also be a good option to have a constant resupply of energy, but there are other options outside of those two abilities. Now, I went ahead first of all and I put Larva from Nidus on my Octavia with the augment, just to see if I could pull enemies on top of the Mallet and get more bang for my buck, but didn't really work out. Then I tried Ensnare because it was kind of similar, just out of curiosity. Again, didn't really work. Basically, you don't want any ability that's going to crowd control enemies while at the same time stopping them from shooting that Mallet. Healing and tanking abilities are also a bit of a waste on Octavia because you are invisible for most of the time. Taking damage isn't really an issue, so you're left looking for damage increase abilities or even enemy defense removal abilities. So I went ahead and I popped on Equinox's Rest and Rage, mostly for the day side of it, with the augment to see how it would work. During the day side of it, basically, it increases the damage that enemies take that are affected by Rage. And while it was effective, truth be told, it didn't perform as well as Ember's Fire Blast, which basically strips enemy armor by 75%. So that's a flat 75%. It can't be increased. No matter what your power strength is, it won't increase or even decrease. So it's definitely worth putting on a lot of Warframes. Now, Steel Path enemies that have had their armor reduced by 75% die in seconds once they step into the range of Octavia's Mallet. It's almost comical, the numbers that you get, and we already know Octavia is insanely powerful, so up against enemies that have reduced armor, she's just much more effective. Now, with this setup, Octavia can go invisible for long durations at a time with her metronome. She can strip enemy armor with Fire Blast because it has over a 40 meter range as well. Deal tons of damage with Mallet and Amp combined, not to mention both of those combined have over a 20 meter range, so you're getting a lot of enemies inside that radius. You also get the Opera buff with Octavia from Metronome, which will increase your melee damage. You're also going to be invisible, so for me, Octavia just hit a whole new level. However, I know there is a lot of players out there that find Octavia's playstyle to be incredibly boring. Personally, I'm one of them. I don't enjoy that kind of playstyle, just going invisible and watching enemies die themselves. But this is my mod setup for my Octavia when making this video. Plenty of duration, range and power strength. Health mods, like I said, aren't really needed because you are invisible for most of the time, or at least you should be. Flow is a personal choice because Fire Blast is 70 energy a cast, and you will be casting Amp, Mallet and Metronome a lot, and even with Octavia's passive, you will still find yourself running out of energy quite quickly. Now, let me know what you would put on Octavia if you could put a different ability on, or how would you buff her up. Like the video or don't, and as always, thanks for watching.